North Street divided. Football fevers united. The most decorated schoolboy football rivalry one street couldn't contain. St. George's College. Kingston College. ISA Digicel Manicap action starts right now.
What a performance in extra time! That is it! They will celebrate long in the symbol of schoolboy football supremacy in the island of Jamaica. Belongs to...
Hello and welcome to Stadium East Football Field on Mountain View Avenue in Kingston and St. Andrew. We are here for a highly anticipated clash in the ISA Digicel Manning Cup quarterfinal. The Battle of North Street, Kingston College versus St. George's College. My name is Shawana Banks and it is a scorching 30 degrees Celsius here today. And of course, we are expecting heat on the football pitch today. Now, North Street has been made very this North Street battle between Kingston College and St. George's College have been going on for years. This is what we anticipate each year. And once we realized that these two teams were pitted against each other in this group, we could not wait for the action. But of course, let's hear from both camps to see how they're feeling ahead of this fixture.
There's nothing quite like this rivalry in schoolboy football. They're neighbors, they're friendly foes, and they even meet annually for a football fiesta called the Roper Cup. And because of this, there is little animosity between the two, probably because there is such mutual respect in this Battle of North Street.
Personally, 0% animosity. Lots of respect. I'm not going to quantify that probably, but lots of respect. But the thing with Kingston College is that we respect our opposition. We remain humble and modest in our pursuits, and we will ensure that on the day we are in the right frame of mind to deliver 3 points.
On the field, of course, with friends, it's just one game, it's to win. But of course, there's always respect in those to hurt each other. So the main objective is to win, definitely.
However, that may all change in the heat of combat. There may be no handshake at the end of this game because unlike their pre-season football coming together, this means more, so much more.
When there's a battle, in battle, I'm not going to really show that kind of respect. It's a different respect. I respect for us to with them. That's the respect that we're going to show them.
With every rivalry, this means bragging rights, especially for the fans. But 3 crucial points are at play here in this tough quarterfinal round group.
I mean, you know, it's evenly probably one of the best teams in Manning Cup on paper. So we're taking nothing for granted. They have been consistent. I think they can say least goal like us too. And they haven't lost any match from all season. So we expect a tough encounter from Manning tonight.
The players will once again be under the spotlight.
Physically, mentally, actually we are all prepared. But on the day, we still know that, as I say, the young players, and don't forget the point that they are schoolboys. And so sometimes you might practice and you might rehearse certain things, and on the game they just don't deliver. But as I say, if all being equal and all being well, and our guys come to play, it should be a competitive game.
Also, as senior players, we have a duty. I mean, to always get youngsters fully mentally prepared and let them have a mindset to always win and put major over minor basically. So these players are young, however, they're not young mentally. So they're always prepared. In St. George's College, we take football serious.
And I probably wouldn't boldly say, yes, we can go all the way this time around. I think we have what it takes, the discipline, the attitude, the commitment has been a lot different from what it was last season.
How will they fare?
Who will walk away with the crucial 3 points here today? Will it be the famed Purples from North Street, or will it be their neighbors from across the road, the Light Blues? Chris Taylor and Donald Oliver will tell the tale for you.
There are 77 schoolboy football titles between them. North Street, the holders of history, modernity, and rivalry. The most decorated among them all, where pride cannot be contained. This is no time to drop points in this difficult quarter-final round group, where 4 will become 2 in the quest for a semi-final spot. Today, take note, this is a battle of fervor, this is a contest of style, this is the North Street Derby 2018 edition. Who knows, this may be a precursor to something even bigger later on, for it's a battle for this age, but it's a face-off which supersedes generations. North Street torn apart once again right down the middle. A conflict of dissidents. This is their rage. This is their calling. Chris Taylor, your thoughts. How do you expect this one to go?
Brilliant attacking play. 36 Manning Cup titles between these two. St. George's 22, KC 14. And they have been really emphatic in front of goal so far this season. KC with 61 goals so far in the campaign in 12 matches. St. George's 46 in 12. So what do I expect? Great attacking football.
Two captains out in the middle, meeting the referees. Kevin Morrison is going to be in charge of this one. He'll be assisted by Jermaine Easing and Rickton Archer. Angela Hayden will be the fourth official.
What do you think about the sweater look of Kingston College? I guess it's not as hot as we thought.
We're cooped up in a commentary box, and there is a stiff breeze out there, so I'm assuming that Kingston College is as cool as they can be. But
he will remove that shortly, though.
He will. It's going to get hot in a minute, trust me. You'll see the starting lineups of both teams in just a little while as the officials meet each other and have a little bit of talking over before this matchup begins. But Kingston College ready for them. Shadeen Rodriguez in goal. Jamal Hughes is at right back. Tremaine Simpson, Shaheem Edmondson, Kasim Priestley in the middle of the park. Nathan Thomas, Onika Allen, Trayvon Reed, Renata Campbell, and Dwayne Atkinson. Of course, they are coached by Ludger Bernard. There have been quite a couple of changes to the Kingston College starting lineup at late notice, and we'll clarify those changes in just a little while. For St. George's College, Orville Smichael is in goal. Emina Rousseau, Koneta Campbell, Naeem Cameron, Damani Harris, Nathaniel Campbell, Shantamoy Taylor, Jaheim Brown, Leecroft Letman Jr., Trevor Denton, and Jordan Petrikin complete the lineup for St. George's College, who's of course coached by Neville Burtis Bell.
Who is that on your screen? 5-4-1 is what St. George's will play, which is new to what we have seen over the years from St. George's, but what have been consistent with them this season. And 4-3-3 for Kingston College. Bit of a surprise, Harry Rogers doesn't seem to be in the starting lineup. The number 27 for Kingston College scored 6 goals so far, including a brilliant free kick against Cumberland, and he will probably be that impact player off the bench. And Kingston College, up until a few minutes before kickoff, hadn't decided their starting 11, so it's a great problem to have, that they have so much depth. They're not really sure who they want to go in certain positions, especially the forward positions.
And we are ready. No nuance is required. On this day of days, you either bleed purple or blue. And it's the Purple Team, Kingston College, with the possession. Cool conditions, or it's a little bit cooler than it was a little bit earlier on. As Kasim Priestley searching that left-hand side, looking for Darnell Williams. Priestley now deciding to sending it long to Atkinson. Pusey. Monica Allen's first touch.
And this is Jamal. Jamal Pusey, the man who took that throw in the number 20 for Kingston College. Of course, for the last 2 seasons before this, played for St. George's College. Started out his schoolboy career at Kingston College. There he is, Pusey. Went to St. George's for 2 seasons and then has returned to the Purples across the road. Playing in right back for the majority of this season. Not a position that he would have played, or certainly not played much when he was at St. George's. Up to match time, they were trying to decide. The conflict was between Trevon Reed, well, we say it after this kick.
Free kick to St. George's College. It's Rousseau delivering that one inside the area.
Yeah, so the tie-up shortly before was between Trevon Reed and Harry Rogers. Of course, Harry Rogers has been great goal-scoring form, as to Trevon Reed.
Speaking of Reed, Reed is on the end of this pass now. Reed heading to the byline with a nice burst of speed, pulls it across, looking for Allen. And St. George's College managing to clear their lines for the time being.
What is amazing to me, imagine you can have a player like Trevon Reed, who has actually played at the Premier League level for Tivoli.
Ball sent inside. Reed pulls it across. Or rather, that was Anika Allen. And he gets the corner kick for his efforts.
And he's not a definite in the starting lineup. So a man who's played the highest level of football in Jamaica, RSPL, can't get into the starting lineup of Kingston College. Well, as a must. That shows the depth of this team. He scored 9 goals so far this season, though, Trevon Reed, and you certainly have to keep your eye on him. He's a nephew of Roderick Reed as well, former national reggae boy. But the leading goal scorer, still the man who tried to collect the ball in the number 9 jersey for Kingston College, Anika Allen.
And of course, he came all the way from Monroe College to join this KC unit. It's a corner kick to Kingston College right now. Not much elevation on it.
Of course, for those of you outside of Jamaica, Monroe, located in St. Elizabeth, and his school may be about 2 hours west of Kingston. And if you're driving like our producer Phil Riley, it might be 3.
Or 3.5. Smith losing possession. Campbell couldn't quite catch that for Kingston College. Now it's with Smith. Smith. Beautiful football play by Casey. Trevon Reed, though, trying to navigate his way through traffic. Campbell picks it up inside, looking for Atkinson, and the clearance made only as far as Priestley. The purple wave will continue. Allen won't be able to get that one. It's going to be a corner kick. That shot coming in from Jamal Pusey. And Kingston College here sent 6 players inside the box, looking to be on the end of this delivery. It's not a bad looking one. Clearance made only as far as Allen, and that wasn't too far away from the target. Allen looking for his 11th goal this season.
KC look ominous in these first few minutes. Great strike by Allen. Was trying to wait a little bit longer just to let the ball come down. And good technique, but unfortunately dipping a little bit too late.
Not sure the keeper knew a lot about that one. Orville's Michael.
Certainly on the back foot so far in these first 7 minutes, or 6.5 minutes, St. George's. They haven't been shy in front of goals, St. George's. They have scored 46 goals in 12 games coming into this match.
And they themselves also enjoy a possession-based game.
Look out for Shantamoy Taylor, who wears the number 11. He's their leading marksman with 13. Damani Harris, their number 9, has 10. And their left back, Emilio Rousseau, who is coming from Vauxhall High, he has 8. Not often you see a left back being so prolific in front of goal.
Well, here's the left wing back, Rousseau, sending it inside, almost inside the area. And St. George's College trying to mount an attack.
And he loves to overlap Rousseau.
This is Kenyatta Campbell, the right wing back.
So there's a Caneto and a Renato. Renato, of course, on the Kingston College team. And a Nathaniel as well. So 3 Campbells in this fixture. Nathaniel Campbell, the number 10, otherwise called Natty, on St. George's team. Diminutive figure, but a good shot he has on him with those little legs.
St. George's College exhibiting some patience in the early stages of this one, although they haven't settled yet. Kingston College with the majority of the possession and the majority of the attacks as well. Ball upfield. Harris, Rousseau.
George is settling down a bit now, a little more possession past that.
Rousseau, that's a delightful ball inside the box, headed away by the KC defense, and now the shot from distance, no problems there for Rodriguez. And the shot coming in from the right wing back, Kenyatta Campbell.
Good hands, Rodriguez. Let's see this kick. That's a part of his game that I think can do with some improvement. Again, inaccurate. Certainly very good hands, the Kingston College man between the sticks.
Could have been awkward for him there.
Thought the crowd was heavy before. Check it out now.
Almost standing room only, and more coming in.
Here the drum rolls, and you can see them there. Kingston College band. I'm not sure who has the superior numbers, as both teams are always well supported.
The long ball looking for Trayvon Reed. Couldn't quite win the header.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep, beautiful football being played there. They continue forward through Campbell. The challenge though coming in from Shaheem Edmondson. He's speedy, Campbell.
That was Denton, the captain. Very good defensive midfielder, Denton. Sheva Denton. He will be doing a lot of breaking up of plays that, as we call the Kante/Makelele role in the middle of the park.
Although Kingston College not starting their very own Kante. He's on the bench, Nathan Thomas.
Yeah. Last season he was one of the first picks every game.
Holy Trinity getting the better of Wolmer's by 2-1.
Oh wow, big result.
Massive results.
Big result for Holy Trinity. They lost twice to Wolmer's in the preliminary round, and now they've turned the tables.
This is where it matters in the quarterfinal round.
Agreed.
And I suspect that now a lot of pressure would be on JC and Stats to get the results in the opening fixture. Yep. Denton with the header.
Of course, those matches are being played at Calabar High School. 0-0 at the moment between Jamaica College and St. Andrew Technical. Last year's 2 finalists, of course, JC, the defending champs.
Denton touches it inside to Campbell. Campbell get another chance. Pokes it to Rousseau.
That was a poor pass.
And that wasn't a poke at all.
He was actually bailed out.
But Rousseau collects it. That's another beautiful delivery at the back post. But St. George's College couldn't really capitalize. They kept it in play though. But Kingston College trying to regain the possession and control. Smith, Atkinson, straight to the goalkeeper. No problems there for Orville Michael. That's not a bad catch there by Atkinson. Delivered to the edge of the box. There's a chance here for St. George's College, but Fender wasn't taking any chances there, Tremaine Simpson, and he immediately apologized to his goalkeeper, Chadine Rodriguez, who was calling for it actually. The Kingston College have given up a corner kick because of it. Here's the delivery at the back post again, past Rodriguez. And it's going to be a goal kick. Kingston College, of course, would have met St. George's College in the Walker Cup quarterfinal last year. And Kingston College actually won in extra time.
By 2-1.
Yep. Green Atkinson, the scorer. He was the one who actually scored the winner for Kingston College in extra time.
Right here on the same field,
yep.
At Stadium East.
Of course, these two teams take part in a football festival pre-season.
The
Europa Cup.
Yeah. Every year.
Yep, every year.
In fact, they have many different age groups that play.
Here's Pusey, would have made the trek from St. George's College.
I think they're playing what? There's an under 14 and under 16. I think there's an over 35.
Yeah, usually 3 matches on that Saturday.
There's 3.
Atkinson. Not a bad cross inside. And then it's finally cleared before O'Neal Allen could settle.
3 or 4. But I know there's a Masters match, then there's a Manning Cup, and one of the younger age groups are well, a couple of them.
Taylor brought down, free kick to St. George's College, but play continues. Taylor sends it across. And a chance here for St. George's College. And that's straight into the hands of Rodriguez. There was a chance there for Jaheim Brown, looking for his second this season.
Yeah, but great run by Shantamoy. Taylor, good strength, decided to stay on his feet. And I'm surprised he went for the pass and not the toe poke to really test Rodriguez. Now that pass was always going to be well defended by Kingston College. But good hands by Rodriguez. We spoke about the fact that he has a really good peer, a safe peer. And he made good use of them there.
Damani Harris. Has found better form as the season has progressed for St. George's College. Harris trying to send that one across the area. Trayvon Reed back there doing some defending for Kingston College. Long ball looking for Shantamoy Taylor again. Fantastic stuff, with the exception of the pass, of course. See it so many times at the schoolboy football level, though.
I think he just took it for granted that Trayvon Reed was running beyond. But he was all alone, Alan. This has really been an exciting 18 minutes so far. It's really lived up to expectation. We haven't seen a goal, but the play has been really good. Both teams looking to play attacking football. No surprise if 107 goals have been scored between them in 24 games.
Wow. Still the potential of this match ending goalless, though. Although I wouldn't bet my house on it.
Wise decision. 8 goals conceded by both teams, so they have boasted very good defensive records. They have been hard teams to break down, so that will support your point, Donald. 3 from Kingston College, 5 from St. George's, but I certainly see a goal coming in this.
To be honest, I wouldn't have expected a 3-2 result in the first game either.
I think their attacking game is better than their defensive game.
That's not a bad delivery by Rousseau.
Very nearly made it through.
Bounced tentatively in the area for St. George's College. And Onika Allen gets a throw for his team. Pusey. Trayvon Reed. That was poor. That one was in the right place. Rodriguez coming out. Rousseau with the throw. Campbell gets the return ball. Clattered into Priestley, the shot. Atkinson collects for Kingston College now. Priestley. Allen.
Of course, the Roper Cup that you spoke about, Donald, more on the friendly side of things, or what they would say in Trinidad, a fit match.
Oh, you're just an honorary Trinidadian citizen now, aren't you? You've been there for what, 3 weeks?
My experience with the SSFL, which Sportsmax carries as well, was really good.
Of course.
Developing league in Trinidad, the SSFL. It's somewhat getting the kind of support that we're seeing here in Jamaica. Not to the magnitude here, but obviously Jamaican schoolboy football has more history in terms of television. But it's coming a far way. But they would call it a fit match. And non-competitive.
Here's a chance for St. George's College now. And
good defending.
Yeah, very good defending in fact.
But before that Walker Cup, the last time they met was back in 2014. It was in the first round. They met twice, and we're still waiting on KC to score that first goal. They got 3-0 and 7-0.
Yep.
And that was...
I remember that return fixture.
Yeah. They were coached by Lenny Teacher Hyde at the time, and that was the end of his reign.
Yeah, pretty
after
much.
That 7-0. They lost 3-0 at Kingston College, 7-0 at St. George's.
It's very difficult to coach a Kingston College unit. You said 7-0, right? Was the second? Yeah.
Yes, I remember doing that game as well. It was really an emphatic victory by St. George's. 10-0, 10-zip the aggregate for the season. But they have certainly come a long way since then, the Purples. A few years before that, there was the well-known encounter, the historic encounter when KC were being coached by the stalwart of KC, Jumpy Harris, who would have emerged from that great 1964 team of KC. And down 3-0 at half-time, came back to win 4-3. Of course, it was Kingston College who were leading 3-0, just to confirm that. And St. George's came back to win 4-3 in what was, as far as I remember, the last 15 minutes of the game.
At Constant Spring, that would have taken place. Rowan Roy had scored the winner in that one, and he was a transferee from across the road. And he had scored with a brilliant header in the 90th minute of play, and I've never seen a reaction like that at Constant Spring.
Just confirmation to say that 3-0, still not over. Never say never.
That was a comeback of comebacks.
Yeah. Very Liverpool-like.
Oh, gee whiz.
I know you like that statement.
Ron Roy, as I said, scored a winner for St. George's College that day.
Yeah.
And Ron Roy would actually like this venue as well, because he scored a fabulous goal here at the Stadium East Field for Kingston College at the time. I believe it was against Calabar in the Walker Cup. And he had scored in the goal to our right from about 40 yards out, probably where Pusey is right now. Just took a shot, and it ended up in the back of the net. Here's Pusey trying to get that one inside the box and failed twice at it. Going to be a throw into KC.
Of course, a short while ago you'd have seen a picture of Neville Oxford, another member of that 1964 team with Jumpy Harris, outstanding national player as well, Neville Oxford. Great attacking prowess. And it's good to see the old boys of that era still supporting the school to this day, and passing on whatever experience they might have garnered to the youngsters. There he is, Neville Oxford.
In the white cap.
Yeah. KC cap, of course. Very knowledgeable of football as well, Neville Oxford. When you have a conversation with him, you better have your facts together.
Here's KC now, and the shot From distance, goes the distance. Shaquille Smith, somewhere away from his 5th goal this season. Pretty quiet right now, most of the spectators.
They can only close the gap between probability and reality.
Kingston College yet to have a shot on target though, but both teams have had 2 attempts apiece. Reed collects. Well, that was the aim. And again. Denton. Monica Allen. Pusey. Shaquille Smith. Ran out of real estate there in the end, Daniel Williams.
With patience on the build-up from Kingston College. Like how they spread the ball from right to left, but it's a heavy touch in the end, but good movement.
Referee
Simple
says
football.
play on. Onika Allen collects, dinks it, looking for Reed.
Two players are down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There they are.
Not much movement by them either.
An awkward collision there. Captain and coach having a discussion. And then there are the drums. This football festival. It's a full house here at the Stadium East Field. Standing room only, in fact. Kevin Morrison to restart. Rousseau with some space to work with. Shantamoy Taylor. Shot was charged down. Campbell. Atkinson. Atkinson with the burst of speed. Tries to deliver that one across, but it trickled through to the goalkeeper. Michael having no problems. Smith. Reed, not the best first touch. Tried to make the most of it. takes the shot. That was an awkward bounce for Ovals Michael, who had to keep his eyes on it there. That was Casey's first attempt on target. Allen. Again, the first touch from Reed, letting him down. We're going to stop play for a while. Harris is not well. He got a knock to the face. It was good sportsmanship by Shaheem Edmondson, who had spotted that Harris wasn't well at all and gave him the attention that he required. He was the one who challenged him, and then afterwards he just came across and just checked upon him. And alerted the referee as well. Appears to be all right, and this should continue. I did say standing room only. So St. George's College will be down to 10 players momentarily. Michael now getting some attention. And the crowd just eager for the action to resume. St. George's College, we've seen how they've attacked. Most of the attacks have come down the left-hand side through one Emilio Rousseau, who has provided a couple of quality balls inside the box. But St. George's College, they really don't have the height, do they, up front?
No, some good deliveries, but they've just been well defended, I think, by KC. St. George, KC themselves have put a couple crosses into the box and they've been well defended. So I just think that the positioning and marking so far. But agreed, not a great aerial poise had by the St. George's attacking players, but I agree that some telling balls, but against opposition that might have had weaker defenses, those balls might very well have found them themselves to as light blue shirt. So
Kingston College, they have been unafraid to play the physical game this afternoon. In some cases they would have bullied their opponents and winning a number of the 50-50 challenges. Jamal Pusey. Campbell inside. And Trayvon Reed couldn't come up with it. Harris back on the park. Campbell back to Harris. Chantamoy Taylor in the middle. Harris trying to beat his marker. It was always going to be difficult to get around Tremaine Simpson. Game has slowed down to a crawl here. Priestley, almost a lovely ball to Atkinson. Too much on it from the skipper.
Kingston College captain Priestley, who now wears a number 17 shirt, which has been earmarked as their captain's jersey for a few years now, is actually the only player in this KC unit who played all minutes of their 2017 campaign.
Campaign which saw them win the Super Cup.
Correct. He's now taken over the captaincy of this team from Javane Brown, who has since graduated.
It's not clicking at the moment for St. George's College.
You're right that the game has really slowed down in terms of the pace and so on. It's not that end-to-end action we were seeing before. Both midfields getting a bit tighter. There's a lot more of a battle in that section of the field at the moment. More looking to keep possession and maneuver their opposition out of position. As you said, some 36 titles shared between these two teams. St. George's 22-time winners, haven't lifted a Manning Cup title since 2012. They actually did it back-to-back 2012 and 2011. Kingston College haven't won since 1986, and they have 14 titles to their name. Didn't win their first one until 1949, so between 1949 and 1986 they amassed 14 titles. Really dominant within that period in terms of titles won.
We oftentimes speak of the monopoly by Jamaica College in the Manning Cup, but if we look back at the past decade, it really has been a duopoly. If it hasn't been Jamaica College, it has been St. George's College who are caught on top.
Correct.
In the Manning Cup competition.
In fact, the trend for a few years was St. George's 2, then JC 1, then St. George's would win 2, then JC 1, and then JC said, well,
5.
Yeah, we want to do away with that trend. We're not liking it. 5 and counting. Just to confirm that these two teams, St. George's and KC, are the second and third in terms of most titles won.
It's come across to the back post, and now it's with Reed! Fabulous save, Atkinson! Double save! Or probably just wide of the target. Yep.
Oh, I see why you're saying that, because a goal kick has been awarded.
Came off the post.
Okay, but he had it covered anyhow. Great save by Smeekle, and then was there to save the second, even, although the post beat him to it. Great two-handed save. Got up quickly to a lovely recovery from him.
Also Smeekle. Yep.
Yeah. I notice when the defenders are clearing the ball, they seem to like this section that we're sitting in down. Thankfully, this one came at a lower trajectory.
Well, thank goodness for small mercies. Campbell to Pusey.
Amazed at how much weight Campbell has put on over this last year. The number 8 for Kingston College. Here he is on the ball.
Here's
Still has
Campbell.
the ability, but certainly a lot heavier than last season.
Pusey. Delightful delivery, but the execution was poor.
That was Reed.
Yep.
No, it wasn't Reed actually. It was Atkinson.
Yeah, you're right. It was the number 13.
Good delivery by Pusey in the business area of the St. George's defense, but Atkinson didn't have a firm footing. Both teams do look dangerous though when they get in and around the 18-yard area, and they certainly have quality players who can find the back of the net. So it's not just from a defensive perspective, you can't just concentrate on one player because there are many that can hurt you from these two teams. Something that St. George's were lacking last season. Neville Burtis-Bell has certainly rectified that for the most part so far this season.
Here is Sheva Denton. Denton strikes that one wide of the target. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Not a big scorer, Sheva Denton. His claim to fame is certainly in the defensive midfield. Breaks up a lot of play. He's the captain of the St. George's unit. He scored 3 goals for the season. But his finishing is not what he's known for. But certainly reads the game well. Gets into good positions, and retains a lot of the possession for St. George's.
Atkinson does well. And the kick just over the bar.
Not bad from Atkinson. Good energy. Dropped the right shoulder as if he was going to go down the right flank. Cut inside on the left foot and was over the bar, but like the attempt.
St. George's College trying to play it out of the back, picked up by Campbell. Good work inside. Monica Allen though forced to go wide with it. Allen trying to get some more room.
A lazy pass by Smith.
He tries to win it back and can't. And St. George's College coming away with it now. Ball played along the channel, but Tremaine Simpson was favourite to get there.
Nice game so far. We haven't seen any goals, but certainly has been far from boring.
For the most part. Denton.
It's a good control.
Campbell. Nice turn.
The technical aspect of these two teams has been really good so far.
Kenyatta Campbell needs a good delivery. At the back post there, Rousseau picks it up. Rousseau fires that one high.
Good movement again though by St. George's. Good control. Good vision, looking to pass the ball. It wasn't a bad pass by any means. The execution of the shot wasn't the greatest. Kind of just swung his foot through it. Rousseau, who scored 8 goals this season. I'm sure if we do a check, scored 8 goals.
He certainly looks to be a good provider as well.
Yeah. Certainly loves to overlap. Was a standout play at Vauxhall. Has found his way to St. George's College.
Can you imagine him and Ronaldo Webster of Stets linking up?
Yeah. Oh. Webster is an intriguing player as well.
Shantamoy Taylor coming up empty there with his bag of tricks.
crowd certainly behind both these teams, so it's just egging them on even more.
First half coming to an end soon. What can happen with this possession from St. George's College? Almost through to Taylor. Went all the way to Jadine Rodriguez. Now at the other end, Atkins tries to win it. It's headed away.
So far you've been right, Donald, in that the two teams have cancelled out each other. Though it's been exciting, nobody has been able to find the back of the net. I still think our legs get a little bit weary in the second half. We very well could find a few breaches. They do have impact players on the bench who can make a difference as well. Harry Rogers of Kingston College, more than most, rings a bell. Scored some really good goals so far.
Here's the corner. Heads go up. Clearance made. That should be that. That's the end of the first half. You get to see a goal. And to be honest, not a lot of playing the attacking third, but still got the tension here with a knife. And no mistake to record. No goal to record either. But at the end of 45 minutes, it's 0-0 between these two teams. And London Bernard has a word with a few of his players, and that will continue inside the dressing room. But at halftime, it's Kingston College 0, St. George's College 0.
Yeah, good half by both teams. No goals, as you said, Donald, but certainly exciting play and a keen battle, especially in the middle of the park. I think both coaches will be happy with the technical side of things. I think they've moved the ball where the touches have been good, the passing has been good. They've looked to exploit the wins, but it's been solid defending, and kudos must be given to the defensive units of both teams. The keepers have been good, they've been safe, and the centre-backs have been communicating well. They have been in good positions to thwart the danger, and the crowd has been excellent, as you see there, the 12 men for each team. And there's been a lot of instruments played, a lot of music, a lot of noise, and a lot of support for both these sets of schoolboys. It's been excellent, and we look forward to a second half that we hope will produce some goals.
Assistant coach of St. George's College is with me. Marcel Commentaries, just hoping for some goals in the second half. What needs to change for that to happen?
The Thai two team playing well. I think it's a tactical game. We're watching one another. I think most of our two teams want to lose the game. But you know, hope that we don't make a mistake today, and we can exploit on KC. And hopefully put some more pressure up there, and we can get a goal.
Thank you, coach.
You're welcome.
Raymond Watts is sporting his Juventus jersey, is the assistant coach of Kingston College. Coach just said both teams are playing it safe, playing very tactical. What needs to happen for us to see some goals here?
Well, you will see Harry in the second half, so maybe that needs to happen for us to see some goals. I'll definitely promise you that one. Harry will be in, and then we'll have another wonder kid in Jamar Morrison. I think if George has handled that, then good luck to them.
All right, thank you, coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, Raymond Watson there of Kingston College telling us that Harry Rogers, their super sub, will be coming in the second half, and that may bring some goals here at Stadium East. This is the North Street derby between Kingston College and St. George's College. Both teams playing it safe and tactical, and it's 0-0 at the break.
Kingston College and St. George's College meet in the Battle of North Street as the quarterfinal round of the
45 minutes have really shown that both teams have been playing football. They haven't given the referee much. It's been clean football. The movement has been good. They have been tactically and technically good, and I've been impressed by the way the two teams have gone about it so far. Yes, we haven't seen any goals, but the football itself has been good. They've exploited the flanks. They've used to play ball. They've been trying to play balls behind the defense as well. And they've been good defensive play. The keepers have been good. They've been in the right positions at the right time. The marking of the defense has been good. The positioning. And I expect to see that continue in the second half. Yes, as the second half wears on and players start to get a little bit more tired, we'll see in terms of the mental side of things, whether there will be lapses and opportunities, how the opportunities will fall to the different members of the attacking forces. But St. George's is the first to make a change, it seems. That's Morales being prepared. And Letman Jr. will be replaced. So Lee Croft, Letman Jr. and a change at the back. Interesting.
He got an injury to the back of his left knee apparently, so Morales is on for him as the second half gets on the way here at Stadium East with Kingston College with the possession.
And let's keep an eye on that. That could be a major factor. Most coaches don't like to change a centre back, so that's certainly a forced decision.
Of course, Lee Croft Letman Jr., the
hunted
son
peers.
of Lee Croft Letman Sr., of course, who is the head coach over at Herbert Morrison in the Costa Cup. Well, made it as far as the second round this season, I believe, Herbert Morrison.
Yeah. Didn't have much success there, though. Maybe hoping his son enjoys better success.
Won't be pleased with the news that he had to be taken off, though, because of injury.
Yeah, what a difference that could be, especially with an attacking force like this of Kingston College. And a lot of attacking personnel on the bench as well. Ronaldo Robinson, Harry Rogers, Jamari Morrison. Ronaldo Robinson 7 goals, Morrison 4, Rogers 6. So a lot of impact on the bench.
Priestley goes long, trying to find Onika Allen.
Most of St. George's goals, however, are currently on the park. Just the likes of Willis with 2 and Raheem Williams with 2.
Here's St. George's College trying to make their way up the park. And then the intervention made by Shaheen Edmondson. Almost too easily. Here's Letman Jr. on the bench.
Not a pleased face by any means.
Disappointed not to be out there. Morales gets his first touch. And,
it's a disappointing pass.
Yeah.
That pass was rather heavy. I wasn't if he was lifting weights before he came on.
Morales, of course, making the trek from Jamaica College last year.
Just a simple play a while ago by Kaneta Campbell. Yes, he got the pass wrong, but just the football intelligence and IQ to see that the ball was spinning and known just to wait, allow it to bounce and see it and know that it would come to him. You see a lot of players just run past the ball and then being embarrassed. Good to see that. Of course, Kingston College emerging from Group B in the Manning Cup, which they topped with a maximum 30 points, 10 wins from 10. And they scored 52 goals and conceded 1.
As a matter of fact, they haven't dropped points as yet.
Correct.
Kingston College. They have been on a winning run all the way through.
St. George's College emerged from Group A. They amassed 26 points, winning 8 out of 10 games and drawing 2.
Yep, they have dropped points, of course.
But neither have lost a game. So both undefeated. St. George's, they scored 39 and conceded 4. St. George's then came up against a tough Mona. And had victories of 3-0 and 4-1. Was it?
The KC players are warming up. You can hear the cheers. The likes of Harry Rogers and Ronaldo Robinson got up. Free kick to Kingston College in the meantime. It's Kasim Priestley behind this one. Driving that one wide of the target though.
Team effort. Kingston College, on the other hand, they came up against Cumberland, a spirited Cumberland who were actually in the group with St. George's. They came third in the group and qualified as one of the best third place teams. And Kingston College, well, dismantled them 6-1 and 5-1. Sorry, 6-1 and 3-1. It's actually beefing up the goals.
As if Casey needed help. Campbell. Ball played along the right channel. Kingston College on the attack. Now the ball played inside the box. And Morales with the headed clearance. Oh dear. That's the 5th time a clearance is coming towards our commentary box, and I'm beginning to take it personal now.
These defenders have an eye for camera.
There's a player down to Kingston College, it's Pusey. Just held on to his hamstring there.
Yes.
And then again. You don't really want to take a chance with it.
He's obviously suffering from cramp.
Burgess Bell has gone across to assist him.
That's Trevor Reed in picture there, number 10. Had one of the better chances for Kingston College in the first half, a left-footed shot that was well saved by Schmeichel.
You know, as Jamaica College had a monopoly on the Manicum these past 5 years, Burgess Bell as coach wouldn't have met Miguel Coley on a number of occasions during that 5-year stretch. In fact, St. George's College and Jamaica College would have hardly played each other in those 5 years that JC dominated. I mean, everybody would remember the dismantling in the Super Cup final at the National Stadium. And of course, JC avenged that defeat in the Manny Cup the very same year.
That was 2015.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would have met too many times after those two occasions.
They were magnificently dismantled actually in the Super Cup.
Campbell.
That was the era of Chevron Stewart and Alex Marshall from St. George's. But then brilliant tactical coaching from Miguel Coley allowed them to come away with that 1-0 win in the
90th minute of play at Sabina Park.
Cup final.
Yep.
Yeah. Back header from some way out.
Donovan Dawkins would have
Donovan Dawkins, yeah. Who for a lot of that season played right back, actually, and then was put into the middle of the park almost to create some trouble.
And then Sewell, who was playing centre back for the majority of the match, was asked to play in a central midfield role and provided the pass to Dawkins. So that was some game.
Brilliant tactics from the coaching staff of JC. They didn't have a chance in the Super Cup, totally dismantled, or totally out of sorts. Granted, they did benefit from an injured Chevon Stewart in the final. And he just, I don't even think he was 70%. Main playmaker for St. George's College. Award number 10. He had a bad groin injury.
St. George's College, they've produced a number of top teams over the years. In fact, I was just reminiscing that if you look at this group and you look at pedigree, out of all the teams, if you're going to choose a team from their heyday, the Camperdown's best team, Charlie Smith's best team, Casey's top side, and St. George's College top unit, who would come out on top?
Critics would probably say Kingston College.
Which team?
The 64 team that we spoke about earlier.
Charlie Smith team in the 90s wasn't too bad either.
True.
And of course, same can be said of the Camperdown unit. The best Camperdown team, many people would say, would have been in 1988, although they didn't win that year.
Well, that tells you something. I mean, sorry.
Have you ruled them out of the equation then?
Yes. They won the Walker Cup, but they didn't win the Manning Cup.
All right.
Did have a good unit between 1978 and 1982, though, Camperdown, and that team in 82 actually won everything. So that was it would be hard to say that the 88 team was better than that 82 team, but then again, it's a matter of opinion.
But that would be an interesting discussion, and it was just by pedigree alone.
But when they have discussed the best teams of all time, the only team out of those four schools that you named that has come up really with serious contention is the 1964-65 Kingston College team.
And
from the Manning Cup.
And if you're going to talk to the younger generation, you can't tell them that there was a better side than that Charlie Smith late 90s squad.
Wait, you mean the mid-90s, the Gang of Five?
Yeah, the Gang of Five, 95, right.
Was a good team.
Where's St. George's College looking to make a transition here? The shot is charged down there for their by Rousseau, who's playing a little bit more central.
I'd like to think that maybe there was also a top Wolmer's team in 1971-72. Phenomenal team, Wolmer's boys. I'd like to think that it would be hard to beat the teams of Veer and the Lenny Hyde unit of Clarendon College of the 60s and 70s. Those two teams might very well have beaten any one of the top Manning Cup teams that you might have picked.
Well, baby steps. I'm talking about this group in particular, Chris.
And based on the results, the Veer team, certainly.
Daniel Williams. Driving that one inside. Trying to turn but couldn't really control on that occasion. That looked to have been Onika Allen. Now the ball played across to Atkinson. Had a small area to work with.
Sometimes you have to use the actual league you're playing in to see also how dominant a team would have been in that time. I can tell you the Excelsior team of 2003 was extremely dominant in the Manning Cup that year, the year with Zimenez and company. But yet when they went to play against Glenmuir, they were badly beaten. 2004. With Zimenez and company. In the Manning Cup, they were almost untouchable. Glenmuir had another story to tell when they went to Brancourt.
Glenmuir had a fabulous team that year as well. Here's St. George's College again trying to make progress, and the shot deflected, goes behind.
Might have been blocked by his own man.
Yeah, no, it's been signaled a corner kick.
Okay.
And then eventually a goal kick. So, you know, you're probably right. It was blocked by his own man. So, Kenyatta Campbell was denied there. Apparently by Damani Harris.
But a lot of the teams who have won in recent times have had parts of the season where it's been topsy-turvy. They've come back. Jamaica College quite a bit in their season. They've not been totally dominant throughout the season, but they've gotten the results at the end. Same thing with St. George's in their last few titles.
Well, they said a change was going to come. And the Ugandan will enter the fray. Ari Rogers, their number 27, replaces Trayvon Reed, who, to be honest, has had a quiet game.
Especially in the second half. In and out of games, but nothing unusual for Trayvon Reed. That's, if you want to call it, his style.
Shouldn't be a style, though.
Well,
should be much more consistent, I feel.
Yeah. Sometimes doesn't portray the best attitude on the field either. Almost looks lethargic and lazy, but certainly very talented young Reed. And this man who hails from Uganda, Ari Rogers, scored a phenomenal free kick against Cumberland. Was almost the half line. Brilliant with the right foot.
Scott McLeod is also on, so too Jamari Morrison.
Yeah.
Morrison with 3 goals to his name so far this season. Or 4 goals to his name so far this season.
Has a really good left foot, Jamari Morrison. We saw him in the Elite League as well. Wears the number 15 for KC. And there he is right away, using the left foot.
Rogers is going to be playing in a central position. Onika Allen, who collects this, is now playing wide. Finds Darnell Williams, evades a challenge from Campbell. The ball played inside, sent behind Atkinson. Challenge coming in from the KC skipper, and referee Morrison talking to him. Jaheim Brown getting injured in the process. He's fine now, though, didn't require any attention from the bench. There he is, the number 13. Free kick to St. George's College. It's Emile Rousseau behind this one. Has the breeze behind him, but I don't think he has ambitions to go goalwards. I don't think. There's a 3-man wall set up. And he plays that one inside the area. Fabulous save by Rodriguez. Denying Nathaniel Campbell. That was first class, really. Total reflex. And the Nathaniel Campbell denied his 3rd this season, and Casey trying to go the other way. But Rousseau doing well. Although it's eventually put into touch.
The hands of that youngster Rodriguez. Very good. Look at that. Great reaction save. And palmed it up into a region that he could recover and get to before one of the attacking players of St. George's. Very good work by Rodriguez. And I'd like to think that if you're looking to beat him, you want to go low. Tall figure Rodriguez, and the best with his feet. I think that's part of his game I'd like to see improve. Let's see how he manages this, but
well, he's under no pressure.
Yeah. But certainly very good with his hands.
Denton was trying to launch it long.
They haven't found a way to really get Campbell, Nathaniel that is, and Taylor involved. I think Taylor's been out of the game too much from a St. George's perspective. That's the number 11, Shantamoy Taylor.
That's a delightful ball inside and the header over the top. And that was Damani Harris there.
Great delivery. Excellent delivery from Konata Campbell. He's had a good game so far, Campbell. And look at that. Under a bit of pressure, under half volley. Really good ball into the box. Right at that penalty spot area is where you want to aim your crosses. It's an area that is very uncertain territory for the goalkeepers. Unfortunately for him, Harris, who was under pressure. So again, good defending from Kingston College, and that's been something consistent in both defensive thirds.
Atkinson for Kingston College. Delivering side, looking for Rogers. St. George's College with the clearance. Casey will get back in possession, only momentarily though. Oh, St. George's College give it up in a dangerous area. Atkinson on it. Atkinson across again. Trying to find a Rogers. But Jordan Petrikin was in the right place at the right time. Here's St. George's College going the other way.
Too long, Taylor.
Yep.
Not enough help as well.
Smith does well. Shaquille Smith continues his journey down that right hand side. Smith does well, sends it across, and again trying to find Rogers, but Petrikin in the right place once more. Shantamoy Taylor,
but again,
lost
Taylor,
it.
yeah, looking to hold up the ball unnecessary. Could have just played a 1-2 with Campbell, which would have released him. I wanted to take one touch too many, Taylor. I just don't think this is a game for that.
Priestley sends this long. Rogers nodding it back. And now it's with Jamari Morrison. Morrison, shot deflected. And before it could get through to Onika Allen, it's put into touch.
Luckily for St. George's, Morrison never really had full control of the ball because it was on his left foot. And he has a very dangerous left foot, Morrison.
Rogers with the cross. St. George's College
what defending?
Coming away with it. And it's Amelia Rousseau who's had a really good game.
Yeah. Very talented player or so.
Nathaniel Campbell now. And too far in front of Damani Harris. St. George's College will make a change. Raheem Brown is coming out.
And Raheem Williams expected.
Raheem Williams has scored twice so far this season.
I'll be surprised if we see Willis as well in soon proximity. Williams for Brown.
Nathaniel Campbell drives that one over the top.
That's a good shot, Nathaniel Campbell, but even that might have been a little bit out of his range. Scored some blinders last season. Little number 10. The crowd has almost gone quiet with expectation.
Jamaica College and St. Andrew Technical 0-0 after 70 minutes.
Nothing unusual.
Not at all.
As we left off.
Ball played over the top. Atkinson on it. Atkinson does well. Drives it across the face of goal. Nobody there in purple. It's gone out into touch. Throw into St. George's College. And Casey will make another change. And Onika Allen's day is up. Unable to add to his 10 goals this season. Ronaldo Robinson is now coming on.
The expected change. So the three players that we expected to come on are now on for Kingston College. Robinson, Reed, Robinson, Morrison, and Rogers. Some 17 goals between those three so far this season.
Ball given up, and Robinson gets his first touch, and he goes running down the left-hand side, but then loses possession. Williams, Devani Harris getting a knock in his back. So free kick to St. George's College here.
Another change.
Devani Harris is coming off.
As I said, I expected to see Willis in short order, and he's with us now.
Mario Willis, also a couple of goals to his name.
Devani Harris hasn't had a bad shift, but did pick up that knocker shot while and go to the back.
Yeah.
That might have influenced the change.
Morales sends this one. Not a little power behind it, but STGC still with the possession. And they're attacking in numbers here. Needs a good delivery inside the area. Here they come again. And too much on it. Rodriguez will get those every day of the week. We'll get those without spilling, of course.
And then we spoke about that kick. There it is again. Poor.
Tried to hurry the shot there. Could have had a little bit more time for Mario Willis.
Well, I think he wanted to kick it before the goalkeeper got back in position. So he wanted to catch him off guard. Not a bad thought, and then again that kick. He really needs to work on that, Rodriguez.
It's a requirement for goalkeepers now. Doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah, they want that goalkeeper to have that sweeper ability. That's not a good distributor. Rodriguez.
Long throw inside the area. It's bounced inside the box. And the deflection by Tardell Williams. Just missing the goal. It's going to be a corner kick to St. George's College.
Rodriguez couldn't believe it. Oh. She might have had a mini heart attack a while ago. Here it is. Oh, it's just
if it's just for the spin.
The spin alone.
Oh my goodness me.
That's all that saved him. That was actually heading into the goal.
Exactly. That was the perfect defensive header then.
Wow.
Well, wouldn't that have been something if it decided this derby? It's a corner kick though to St. George's College. It's whipped in. Again, Rodriguez drops it, but he collects it at the second attempt. And he counts his lucky stars once again.
Unusual from Rodriguez. Usually very safe. Doesn't spill many with the hands. And on this occasion, yeah, he looks to the heavens now because he knew he was very lucky. Good delivery into the box. Came strong. Came well and almost, I think he almost went too far, Rodriguez, and he almost left the ball behind. Which is exactly what Williams did before.
The breeze is actually blowing in his face. So probably he actually misjudged the flight of that one as it came inside.
Right. There's that woeful kick again. A lot of the times, not much credit is given to the defensive side of things from teams. But I think both defenses have been excellent today.
KC, they've made your final change. Your fifth and final change.
That's Nathan Thomas.
Yep.
Who would have started most of last season. He was one of the first picks last season on the team roster. Nathan Thomas plays that Makalele role. Here he is battling away, but has lost his place for some of this season. Surprisingly so.
Good work by Kingston College. It's Cotton McLeod who gets the corner kick for his team. Nathaniel Campbell doesn't appear to be all right. St. George's College, they've only made 3 changes. They still have 2 more swaps available.
Not often you see teams nowadays. Of course, Issa now having still 5 changes into their conditions of play. And I must say, not often you see teams use or exhaust all their changes, especially now that it's moved to 5.
Well, with a deep squad like Kingston College,
yeah.
They probably wouldn't mind that at all.
Those for rotation.
Here's the corner kick. It's not a bad delivery inside. Runners at the near post. Jamar Morrison with the follow-up. Here at the back post, he can't connect Atkinson. But we'll try and settle it down now. Morales is on his back, and he puts the foot in. It's going to be a corner kick to Kingston College. So just about 15 minutes to go in this one. Will we see a goal in this encounter? It's a 5th corner kick for Kingston College. And here is the delivery. Again at the back post, it's headed away and then booted into touch by Naeem Cameron.
What kind of result do you think Camperdown would rather? Would they rather a draw, or would they rather one of these teams losing?
No, they'd rather a draw. These are the 2 favorites.
Agreed.
Many would think in the group.
But they have 3 points. By a team losing, it would mean they would remain on 0 as well.
No, but it also means that because they have to play Kingston College and St. George's College, they have a chance twice in order to eliminate one of them.
Okay.
And they can very well look and hope for a draw against Kingston College and St. George's College, which would mean that it'd still be in their favor for Camperdown.
So that would mean 2 points for one of these teams in total.
Yeah. So they would prefer the draw, I think. Rogers is the one who's dancing on the ball. Apparently with some African beat in the background. He wouldn't mind the drums, I suppose. After 80 minutes at Calabar, it's still 0-0 between Jamaica College and St. Andrew Technical.
And they're up to Old Tricks.
And Holy Trinity, I suspect, will be smiling.
Right. Holy Trinity, of course, earlier today defeated Wolmer's by 2-1. Wolmer's, of course, remember, in a preliminary round, got the better of Holy Trinity twice. But as he rightfully said, Donald, this is where it counts now. Well, it did count then, but even more important now.
It's going to be a free kick to Kingston College. It's their captain who's behind this. Ovals Michael looking on eagerly as this one is sent high inside the box. It's headed away. Nathan Thomas sends it across, and the shot by Robinson is wide of the target.
You were rather excited there.
A little. And then it was just looping wide in the end.
We haven't seen much shots, passes, whatever, head towards goal, so I can understand your excitement at this unusual feat. But it was well wide.
By a few feet.
Yeah, exactly. Still has been a good football game these 78 minutes. I think the coaches at halftime said it just right, that both teams are watching each other playing good tactical football. It's a good game, but somewhat cancelling out each other thus far.
Here's Casey going forward. Rogers inside, trying to turn and take the shot. Was Atkinson. Couldn't quite achieve the feat. And he just lost his footing there. Kenyatta Campbell. There's Nathan Thomas. I suppose he's eager to make his way back into the Kingston College starting lineup. Kenyatta Campbell actually played his role in the first half. That's holding midfield role.
Yeah.
Kasim Priestley sending it out wide to Donald Williams. Williams was brought down by Raheem Williams.
Lucky to get away with that.
That's the first foul committed by St. George's College in the entire game.
Didn't I tell you good football was being played?
Well, clean football was being played.
It's been a clean game, but it just shows you the movement of both teams, how they're passing the ball and so on. It's been a good footballing game from a technical perspective.
Well, it's Jamari Morrison who is behind this kick. Several players up for Kingston College. Around 7 of them in and around the penalty area. So Morrison needs a good delivery here. It goes straight into the ball. He'll have another attempt, Morrison, as he heads to the byline. Again, cleared at the near post. It comes out as far as Thomas, and that was poor by Thomas.
I just want to say, though, Donna, based on what you just said, I have never seen that before in a football game. 80 minutes, and you're committing your first foul. I've never seen that before. That's amazing. I was going to say that's almost impossible. Oh, here's a second one. They've doubled it in a few seconds.
No surprising that it was Rogers. Ball sent to Rogers. And St. George's College with a long ball upfield. And there's a mix-up there at the back. No, Rodriguez collects. Denton wins it for St. George's College. Priestley gets it back for Kingston College. Morrison winning that header. St. George's College easy at the back. Thomas collecting. Ronaldo Robinson. There's another whistle on the play. 3 fouls quickly, back to back to back. Jamar Morrison was fouled.
Prime time now, though, in the game. Dangerous moments. 83rd minute now, so 84th minute. So teams will be a little tighter in terms of their defensive work.
All right, so we have a pitch report, well, a sideline report from Shawana Ebanks. Shawana, what do you have for us?
All right, thank you, Donald. Now, earlier in the game, you would have seen the number 20 for Kingston College, Jamal Pusey, being sidelined. Reports are that he's just having some muscle cramps. But also, Trayvon Reed, you would have seen him not at his best today. He picked up a knee injury, but the only word I'm getting from the KC bench is that it was not a football-related injury, while Laycroft Letman Jr. of St. George's College has a hamstring injury, and they're unsure how soon he will be back on the pitch for St. George's College.
Thank you, Shawana, for that. So just an update on the injuries here as Kingston College with the free kick sent long inside the box, looking for Morrison. Rogers is also there for the Purples. And on that occasion, tried to beat Kenyatta Campbell, but couldn't. Corner kick to Kingston College. This one sent well inside the box. St. George's College defending well and then trying to make that transition. Robinson. Morrison just couldn't find the defense splitting pass. Not bad there. Williams. There's a whistle on the play. Free kick. Here's KC. They get the corner kick. Just about that time to discuss the player of the match. Still a few minutes to go, so it could be a last-minute change depending on what happens here.
That change has been a good game, certainly. I think the defensive units have been excellent, especially St. George's, as they've defended more than Kingston College.
Emilio Rousseau has been really good.
Rousseau has been good.
Morrison with the corner kick, headed
so
away.
Has that man, Petrikin. And Kenyatta Campbell has been excellent as well, the number 3, the other wing back. In fact, some delightful crosses into the box from him on the overlapping side of things. In fact, here he goes again. Yes, it is.
St. George's College on the prowl with Campbell. Can't beat his marker though. And then the clearance made. And at full time at Calabar, Jamaica College 0, St. Andrew Technical High School 0. So Holy Trinity on top of the group with 3 points.
Thought about the shot.
Yep, didn't follow through though.
Well done by Rousseau. Rousseau has been really good. I agree with you, Donald. Right place at the right time. Hasn't overlapped as much in the second half. And partly because Kingston College has been pressing more.
And here's St. George's College.
Here.
The crowd liked that. Yellow card shown to Jamari Morrison.
Foul by Morrison, just tugging on the shirt. Yeah. Yes, he was tugging. I don't know if it deserved that fall over, but anyhow, got the yellow card for his actions. Morrison, first of the game as well. He said no team wanted to make a mistake at this point. Just a minute.
The big players have gone up for St. George's College as it's delivered over the top, the header, and he was free. Chantamoy Taylor.
Great delivery from Emilio Rousseau. And he picked out just the person you would want to pick out from a St. George's perspective. Excellent delivery by Rousseau. Taylor's got to do better there. I think he mistimed his jump. He jumped a little bit too early, so the ball actually caught him on his way down to Taylor. and hence it went over the bar. He's been quiet today, Shantamar Taylor. 13 goals on the season, and he would have been that man they would have been depending on. Morrison confirmation of the yellow card. Oh, good take by Taylor.
Well, he shows his quality in sparks.
It's Taylor made.
Easy call there. As Raheem Williams was brought down, Darnell Williams. He's spoken to by the referee.
And another opportunity for St. George's to put the ball into the box, into dangerous areas, and everybody's coming forward, well, most. Just Petrikin and Denton sitting. So again.
There's a delivery, not bad at all.
What a delivery.
And the whistle goes. Free kick in favor of Kingston College.
Look at that, this delivery from us. Oh yes, the hand was raised. Unfortunate. I think he was actually trying to balance himself, but got his hand in an unacceptable position, as Lance would say.
Unacceptable, unnatural.
I think we both agreed on that. Rousseau certainly deserves the man of the match for his performance.
Yeah.
Been good with the dead ball, good at the defensive end, good at the overlapping side of things. As we've seen, 2 excellent deliveries by him in the last couple of minutes. And he's helped St. George's, well, up to now, keep a clean sheet.
Long throw. Headed behind for a corner kick to St. George's College.
St. George's having a bit of these stoppage time minutes.
Not exactly what Scott McLeod would have wanted with the defensive header. But St. George's College, can they nick one here? Here's the delivery inside, headed away.
Not the best corner.
Almost kept it in play there.
So again, he's certainly in the thick of the action.
From both ends. When it's appropriate, it's a long throw inside the area.
What a delivery that is.
And it's going to be another corner kick to St. George's College.
I think they have you on repeat. Repete, por favor.
That's not Trinity, right?
What was the accent?
Okay. Just seconds to go in this one.
An excellent long throw. There was something that was made famous by Rory Delap of Stoke City years ago. It used to almost be an assist many a time.
It was.
It was actually. So many goals originated from his throws.
Well, here's a corner kick. Last chance at the back post, and Willis got a foot on it. And it goes behind for a goal kick. And that is that. The North Street Derby ends in a stalemate here at the Stadium East Field. Didn't see any goals and didn't see a lot of goal-mouth action. Both teams had chances, few and far between. But in the end, they do embrace. And I suspect that Camperdown will be smiling the broadest with this result after their victory over Charles Smith earlier in the afternoon. But at full time, it's Kingston College 0, St. George's College 0.
And here are the highlights of the game. It started with this from Oniko Allen in the first half. Not a bad volley by any means, but dipping a little bit too late. It was end-to-end action, and St. George's, they would start out like this. Shantamoy Taylor fouled, but continued his run. I think he should have gone to goal, tried with pass, and it ended up in that attempt from outside the penalty area, or just inside, sorry, the penalty area. Well saved by Rodriguez. And he would thwart any more danger. Casey continued to come forward, probably the best chance of the first half, and it fell to Trevon Reed with a good left-footed shot, well saved by Schmeichel, and then was up quickly to thwart any more danger, although the ball actually came up off the upright from Atkinson, but he was there to cover Schmeichel, and that was a good work. St. George's, they had that attempt that came in the second half, and what a reflex save by Rodriguez, brilliant. And then just pushed it up in an area where he knew he could recover and get back to in quick order. And it kept out any possibility of a Georgian goal. Then that, well, almost a blunder by Darnell Williams. Thankfully, just bouncing wide. And again, Rodriguez, this is one of the few times he actually made a mistake with the hands. And luckily for him, he recovered in time. 0-0 at 90 minutes. 10 attempts, 2 on target for Kingston College. 10 attempts as well for St. George's, 5 on target, so a better percentage there. 9 fouls between the two in 90 minutes. I thought it was a clean game, just one yellow card to Jamari Morrison. And no offsides, good tactical play, good technical football by both teams. And 11 corners, Kingston College having the margin with 7. And look at that. 50% possession each, an even game, an even scoreline, an excellent game, a deserved 1 point for each team. The Northside Derby ends 0-0.
Our KFC Big Deal Man of the Match today is Emilio Rousseau of St. George's College. Congratulations. Andre Roper, Marketing Manager of KFC, has something for you. That is our KFC Big Deal Player of the Match, Emilio Rousseau. How are you feeling after that game?
Well, it was a good performance. Could have done better, but we get a point. So,
are you happy with the point?
Well, we come here for 3 points, but we get a point, so we're okay with it.
Thank you, Emilio. All the best.
Yeah, thanks.
KFC Big Deal Player of the Match, Emilio Rousseau. Joining me now is Marcel Gale, Assistant Coach of St. George's College. Marcel, he'll take his points. Are you happy with the point?
Most definitely. I mean, we lose Lee Craft, Letman, second half. I think we affect us a little bit. We started a little bit slow in the second half. We normally come out a little bit more explosive than that. But nevertheless, I thought we played well to stick to the game plan. It was a tiki-taka game. I think we do what's supposed to do today. That's unfortunately we didn't get the 3 points. But we are grateful for the point.
Your next task at hand is Camperdown High, who are 3 points clear at the top of the table. How do you approach that?
We just want to get back now and get ourselves fully recover first before we start looking at that. So we're going to go now and get a bath and eat some food. And tomorrow we go back to the training ground and we start preparing for Camperdown.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marcel Gale, Assistant Coach of St. George's College. Ludlow Bernard is the Head Coach of Kingston College. Ludlow, 1 point. 0-0 draw, fair result?
Fair result, man. Good game. Very good, strong tactical game between two good teams, and it's just unfortunate that we couldn't close it out, but I'm grateful for the point.
Charlie Smith, next on your agenda.
Yes, they are probably smarting from the last year today, so we have to be very aware of our opponent next time around, but we'll be up for the run.
Trayvon Martin and Trevon Reed, and Jamal Pusey having some injury concerns. How much will that affect you going forward?
Yeah, it is going to impact, but we have a couple of days to really get them back together. And in any event, we have capable replacements if needs be.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Let's take a look at what's happening on Sportsmax this weekend. More schoolboy football, but this time the Trinidad and Tobago SSFL is on Sportsmax 2. Trinity College East versus Trinity College Mocha, Saturday 2 p.m. 3 ECT. And over in Jamaica right here back at Stadium East in the Manning Cup, Jamaica College will play Wolmer's Boys Saturday at 12:30 p.m., 1:30 ECT. And Holy Trinity High will face off against St. Andrew Technical High School at 3 p.m. for ECT on Sportsmax 2. All right, now the North Street Derby ended in a 0-0 stalemate, while the other result from this group saw Camperdown High defeated Charlie Smith 3-2, while over in the other group, Jamaica College and St. Andrew Technical High School ended in a 0-0 draw, but it was Wolmer's Boys. They lost to Holy Trinity High 2-1. All right, those results rounded out what happened here today in the quarterfinals of the ISA Manning Cup competition. My name is Shawana Banks on behalf of the production team. Thanks for watching.
What a performance in